is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Thrilled to be joining you on Thursday. It's Thrilling Thursday, Jack. Hey,
I'm going to stop reacting to it because the more I react, the more you'll do it.
how satisfied are we after our Chargrilled Charlie's
I know.
chicken burger?
What a treat.
It was such a treat. I was so hungry. I've been so busy the last few days. I have forgotten to eat properly. And I walked into work and the first thing I smelt was that delicious chicken. I'm salivating thinking about it. I
So yum.
absolutely inhaled it. But I'm thrilled because they also sent us this yellow hoodie, which I've taken. I didn't even ask permission. Is it okay if I take it?
Well, there was there were two there, so I imagine there's one for you and I.
Yeah, that's right. And you're happy with your grey one.
Yes.
I've got my yellow one on. And my colour is yellow in that my gran was a mad crafty woman, right? Knitting, everything. But she only had 3 granddaughters, me and my 2 sisters.
Yep.
So she sort of gave us a colour as soon as we were born.
Oh, you're like assigned one.
Yeah, so I was yellow and my other sister was green and my other sister was blue. And so she made us slippers in those colours. She made us rugs in those colours. So we always knew when a package came from Queensland
Who
that
it
the
was
yellow
for.
one was for me. Yeah.
I love
so
that.
I'm wearing that in her honour. It's a great colour. Bright
Matching
yellow.
hoodies is cute for
Yeah,
us.
we're so cute.
We're so cute.
We're such cuties.
Hey, what also is cute is Jonas Brothers tickets.
Yes.
We've got them in the bum bag in Chrissy's Quizzy.
Who am I? A queen in the kitchen? Could be. Now find your queen vanilla in the baking aisle to discover how a little queen does wonders in your bakes.
What's my name?
Who is it? Chrissy Swan's Who Am I?
You know, cooking is my happy place, Kel. Very happy in the kitchen. And last night, I'm thrilled to tell you that I made a sticky date pudding and an apple crumble.
Oh, I love sticky date pudding.
So do I. And you know what? It's like pizza. You can never have a bad one. You can't muck it up.
That's a very good statement.
Yeah, it's never bad. The only bad one I've made is I made it too sweet one time. And some would argue that it was even better.
I was going to say sweet is good.
Yeah, you're a sweet fang, are you, Kel?
I have. The older I get, the more I'm into it. Hey.
Yeah, I know. It just happens, doesn't it? Let's give you a stack of cash, my darling. I've got 5 clues here about a particular celebrity.
Sure.
And $500 cash. Everyone you get wrong, $100 away.
Snatched.
Clue number 1. I didn't know this about him. I'm an Australian who's good friends with Pink. I mean, I knew he was Australian, but I didn't know he was friends with Pink.
They hung out a lot when he lived in LA for a short while.
Hugh Jackman.
No, but great guess.
I like your thinking though, Kel.
$400, clue 2. My production company produces the Channel 10 show, The Project.
Oh.
TV kind of person.
That's a sort of in the biz
Yeah.
fact.
Nah, I can't get it.
All right.
Clue number 3 for $300 cash, Kel.
I am known for the catchphrase, say hi to your mum for me.
Oh,
People will be getting this in their cars right now.
Absolutely.
catchphrase. I can't think of his name.
Clue number 4 for $200.
I used to host my own nighttime talk show.
And he's Aussie.
Small.
Name's not coming to me.
All right, for $100, which is better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. My last name is McManus.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Tony?
Oh,
Tony
Kel, I'm
McManus.
so sorry.
It's Rove McManus.
Oh, Rose. Oh, my God. I told you it was there. It just wouldn't come.
Oh, I hate that when it can't come.
Isn't that the worst?
It's the worst.
Happens on the weekends. Anyway.
Damn.
Have a great day,
so
Kel.
bad.
Good on you, Kel.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Who doesn't love paying less for their favourite beauty brands? Love paying less for glowing skin or love paying less for feeling better? Find great prices on everything you love only at Priceline Pharmacy.
Shop in store or online at priceline.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
One of the great unsung heroes in any video taken from Taylor's Eras tour show, wherever it is, are the security guards. And they're always male and they're always enjoying themselves.
Rocking out.
I reckon I've seen 5 different ones, all knowing all the words, being professional. They never face Taylor, which
No.
must drive them crazy.
I think that all the time, but also as a viewer on TikTok, when you see them all, it makes it that much more enjoyable watching them have to face the crowd.
I agree, but they're just loving themselves sick, you know?
They must get really lucky, or some of them would, when they get a screen in front of them or above them.
Of course.
Because there's a few around the arena.
So they can do their job and rock out
looking.
to their favourite queen. Well, this is sad news because Calvin Denker, who was recorded with his eyes closed while belting out Swift's hit Cruel Summer during the show in Minnesota recently. You'll know him if you see him. If you spent more than 5 seconds on Instagram or TikTok, you'll know this guy. He's been fired. The company that hired him as a security guard has fired him.
But I don't understand how he was doing anything wrong if he was facing out, which he was.
He was, and he was doing his job, but I reckon they've got him on the loophole of you're not allowed to take photographs of the acts that you're supposed to be protecting,
Okay.
which I don't think he did. Anyway, have a listen to what happened.
I was fired for it. My former security company said that they had a rule against taking photos with any of the performers, and the main issue that they had was where I said I handed out pieces of paper to the people in front of me to ask to be sent any photos that I made my way into. The HR woman who called me wasn't able to articulate exactly what I did wrong because I didn't do anything beyond asking for photos. Every photo of me from that night was from behind the barricade,
Yeah.
like any other photo from a fan would be.
Yeah.
I never took my own phone out, and above all else, I made sure that Taylor Swift was safe and all the fans had a good time.
Thank you for clarifying, sir, and thank you for bringing it to the courtroom. But I claim that is unfair dismissal. That is unfair.
I like Kelvin. I've watched his TikToks, but if he's handing out pieces of paper to people saying, hey, text me the photos of me, you may as well just hand your iPhone over and say, hey, Chrissy, really quickly take one photo of me with Taylor in the
No, but
background.
he didn't do that. That part is against his employment agreement. Handing out a piece of paper saying, in your own time, I'm working, in your own time, text me the photos. I think that is well and truly above board.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to bring my one case for me to the unfair dismissal tribunal.
Please.
And
can
you
I-
are the judge.
Yes, I get to use the gavel.
13 24 10, give us a call if you think you've been unfairly dismissed and we'll tell you. We'll tell you which side of the law you're on. So I was working at a supermarket and I was half in the deli and half in the bakery, right?
Yeah.
And the bakery involved baking the bread, actually baking the bread. And I mean, I didn't mix it up or anything. It was sort of pre-frozen, but I had to put it in big ovens and take it out and whatever. Anyway, Christmas Eve, you can imagine how many people need bread.
Of course.
And it's a very busy day at a supermarket. And I slept in. And because I was baking bread, I think I was supposed to be there at 6 a.m, really get it cracking. I had like 4 times the amount of bread to make. And I woke up sort of at the end of my shift.
It's like, that's not even a question.
Anyway,
mate.
they fired me.
Is this the bit where I give you the verdict?
Yes, is that unfair?
That is not unfair dismissal, and that is like the busiest time.
But I slept in.
Yeah,
Human
but
error.
Too bad.
It wasn't on purpose.
On their busiest day of the year, you should have been there baking bread. Someone went without bread that day at their Christmas
Actually, a
function.
lot of fancy people in Armidale went without bread.
Because you slept in.
Calvin is unfair dismissal. Me, fair dismissal.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Tribunal of Unfair Dismissals. One of the security guards working Taylor Swift in Minnesota, who we all fell in love with on TikTok and Instagram, has been fired for enjoying himself at his Queen's concert.
And you can tell he's a really nice dude because at the end of his TikTok, Swanee,
Yeah, have you got that audio?
He was like, please don't come for my workplace. Please don't get mad at them.
Well, then it's not your workplace anymore, mate. You were fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, he's being very nice about it. I don't think he should have been fired. I confessed to Jack that once I slept in on Christmas Eve and I was responsible for baking everybody's bread. Of course, I was fast asleep. I got fired. I thought it was unfair.
That is not unfair dismissal.
Jack says fair dismissal. Di, what?
Hi.
What happened?
When I was in high school, I had a part-time job on the weekends at a bakery, and instead of throwing the bread and the buns in the bin at the end of the day, I gave it to the taxi drivers on the cab rank. And I don't know how my boss found out, but he turned up and he sacked me.
Di, that is clearly unfair dismissal.
Absolutely.
I cannot find it within me to laugh at that, Di. I think that's awful. You were like Jesus Christ, and your boss treated you like Judas.
I know, right? That's a good analogy.
Thank you very much. I'm good at analogies. It's my secret.
Priceline pharmacy voucher for you, Di. Tamara, unfair dismissal stories. Give it to us.
Okay, so I was working in admin and I fell pregnant with my daughter. I let my employer know, and a few days later was fired because there was no work, and a few months later my actual role was advertised back online.
Tamara, that is not only unfair dismissal, that sounds vaguely illegal.
Yeah, it was a really stressful time.
That is, look, we laugh about it, but I know what you mean. You've clearly got PTSD from this time. Has everything worked out better for you in the long run?
I guess so.
She's not so sure.
God, those dogs.
Absolute dogs. Priceline pharmacy voucher for you tomorrow. Let's finish with Sarah. Sarah, tell us your story.
So I used to work at Culture Kings, and you got to run around the store real fast paced and everything. And one day I was just a bit tired, so I just was walking around and my shift a bit not running, and I got fired.
What? On the spot for not moving quick enough?
Yes, I was called to the meeting room, which was a room of boxes under the stairs, and I was fired for not being fast enough.
What did they say? What were their words?
They said you weren't being fast enough.
Sarah, I can't believe it.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Do we have an opener for
Now,
clickbait?
full disclosure, Swanee, my mouse has just died.
That's all right. We don't need it. We
Mitch,
go Swanee's
a lovely
clickbait. I want to talk to you about Cardi B. Now, this is scary for people that are messing on the internet and trying to mess with celebrities. She has identified a fan account of Nicki Minaj who is spreading rumours about her husband cheating on her.
I love that it's a Nicki Minaj fan account.
I know. I mean, the beef continues.
Those two will just forever have beef.
Correct. There's Mitch behind you. He's come in. He's fixing it. He's like a paramedic.
Mitch.
It's like a paramedic. This studio's on a gurney.
It really is this last week.
So are we going to have any audio to play, or should I not even throw to it?
Let's try. Mitchie, can I have this screen?
Mm-hmm. This is a real insight.
Let me just try.
Cardi B's angry at this Twitter user.
He's a graphic designer to put tattoos on somebody else's body, claiming that is my husband, which, by the way, babe, if you wanted to make it more convinced that was my husband, you should make sure that you put the blonde dreads in the bottoms. And also, my husband is not that skinny. So you guys are going to receive a letter from his lawyer because you're going to be getting sued. Yeah, and that was a terrible AI voice, by the way. So, yeah.
I'm interested in AI voices because I can always tell. I remember Peter Hellier played one and Rosso played one.
Yeah.
And they were similar but not the same. I wonder what mine would sound like, yours.
Yeah, see, I think they'll eventually get to a place where they are so lifelike, but I don't think it's too scary yet because we can still, as humans, pick up those little twangs. Like, our voices are so unique and different. I remember with Rosso, there was the R. His R sounded so different. Like, you can always sort of clock it. But I appreciate as an artist and a massive celebrity, it's still scary because, like, idiots believe that that's actually you. And they obviously believed it was Offset cheating on Cardi.
But there's also my thing with any sort of internet scandal. If you know what the truth is, don't worry about it. Cardi B knows that her husband's not cheating on her and that it's AI. Apparently it was very obvious.
I know, but people aren't as like cool and Teflon as us.
Then who cares?
I know.
Who cares what people think, Cardi? That's my take for you. Now, this is worrying. Parents have been warned after cracking eggs on toddlers' heads in a TikTok trend. I saw this. So imagine this setting. A mother and her friend and a beautiful little girl in the middle, maybe 4?
Yeah.
4 or 5, 3 or 4. Little. And they're like, well, let's make a cake. And the little girl goes to crack her egg on the side of the cake mix bowl, and her mother and the mother's friend each have an egg, and instead of cracking it on the bowl, they smash it into the...
Sorry. It's just a really funny visual.
They smack it
really
into
funny.
this poor child's head.
Wow, that's really bad.
And the child goes, well, that's not very nice. And I
don't know what I'm
Jack.
It's just the way you did it. I just imagined you doing it.
I would never do that.
I know.
I would never do that to my own children. I wouldn't do that to anybody.
You can kind of see why it's going viral.
No, I can't. You know, I hate pranks.
I know, so do I. But
I hate pranks of any sort, and this is awful. I'm going to go so far. I feel so strongly about it
yeah.
that I think, and this is a note to you kids, if your parents do that to you or if any grown-up does that to you, go to the police.
Whoa!
Yes, go to the police.
Okay.
That is assault with an egg.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Well, our studio had a conniption, so we've moved into new digs, Jack.
I know.
You know, I've been thinking yesterday about something we talked about. What era are you in? Off the back of Britney Spears, now that she's newly single, we think she's entered her cooking era. And I wasn't really happy with the eras that I gave you. I felt like I was put on the spot. You know when you keep on thinking and thinking, I know what era I'm in.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Because we spent a lot of time off air in the songs trying to find your era
Yeah,
too.
but it just didn't get there, did it? It wasn't like, yes.
No, we kind of just fumbled around
Yes.
one. Okay, let me give you a drum roll.
Okay, great.
Whilst you announce this era.
Yep. I am officially in my hermit era.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't endorse it.
I don't care. I don't care. I've got an hoodie and I ain't afraid to use it.
I feel like you've always been in your hermit era.
No, I feel like there was a little while there where I was really hitting it, but maybe
You got
not.
fun?
Yeah.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
It's not only bum bag time, it's bum bag now with added Jonas Brothers tickets time.
Yeah, because Swanee, live for the first time, the Jonas Brothers are bringing their 5 albums, one night tour to Australia in March. Tickets are on sale now. More info at livenation.com.au. But Vanessa or Alison, they could be yours.
Yeah.
Yay!
Good luck, ladies. Now, I want to give you a tip about these bum bags. You may or may not realise that a bum bag has absolutely saved my life. I never go anywhere without one. That's why we're giving them away. Because I want to change your life. But there's 2 tips. One, you must keep it zipped closed, because I bent over when I was on holiday and my credit card fell out into the gutter. Right? And here's my second tip. You must put your important things in there, because when you lose them, it's not the bum bag's fault if you leave it in a different location. You must put your security pass, for example, in the bum bag so you know where it is, and then don't blame it if it's not in there.
This is the
It's not
Chrissy
bum
Swan
bag's
Show,
fault.
not a retirement village, Vanessa and Alison, just so you know.
They're 2 very important tips, but I know that you really want the Jonas Brothers tickets, and I don't hold that against you. Your names are your buzzers. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the game, and we'll walk away with the ticks and the bum bag. Question number 1. Which airline has today revealed they'll be buying
Alison.
2... Yes, Alison? Qantas, correct. 2 dozen new aircrafts after reporting a $2.4 billion profit.
$2.4 billion.
But no one can afford to go anywhere. What are they doing?
This is why.
Question number 2. 14 years ago today, Katy Perry dropped her album Teenage Dream. This was the lead single.
Alison.
Yes, Alison, what's it called?
California Girl.
Yes,
Yes,
correct.
Alison.
Question, score check, please, Jack.
2 points to Alison. Vanessa, you are not yet on the scoreboard. Are you there?
I'm here. I gotta be quicker.
Yeah, you really do. On yesterday's show, we talked about a certain celebrity using salmon sperm on their face. Who was it?
Vanessa.
Yes, Vanessa.
Jennifer Aniston.
You are correct.
She's back in the game.
I'm going to give you a Priceline voucher because you listened to the show yesterday, so you're already ahead.
Thank you.
Question number 4. What is another name for the fruit cantaloupe?
Vanessa.
Yes, Vanessa.
Rockmelon.
Correct.
Alrighty.
It's 2 apiece.
This next question is for the win and for the Joe Bros tickets.
Who was the first man to set foot on the moon?
Alison. Vanessa.
Yes, Alison, for the win.
Oh, God, was it Neil Armstrong?
Yes, it was. Depending on which conspiracy theory you go along with, yes, it was Neil Armstrong, and you are going to the Jonas Brothers, and you've got a bum bag.
Woohoo! Excellent.
Wear your bum bag to the concert. You'll be the coolest one there.
You won't.
You will.
Of course I will be.
Of course you will.
No worries.
And Vanessa, you've got a Priceline voucher. That's still good.
You're a good girl,
Thank
Vanessa.
you so much. Thank
Swan's sweeping statements.
Yes, Swan sweeping statements. What is your unpopular opinion? Gosh, we've had some absolute hootenannies
I love this segment.
over our time. Who's going first? Me, you?
You. Shoot.
All right. Based on the current trend of cracking eggs on children's heads, which not only hurts but is dangerous and not...
Sorry, I really don't mean to be mean.
Jack.
It's just funny how when you get really passionate about something, I find it funny because it's rare.
You are like my child. When I try and get mad at Peg, she has to chew the inside of her mouth.
I used to have to do that with teachers.
It's so funny to
Yeah.
her. I yelled at them the other day. And by yell, I mean, come on, guys, you've got to start pulling your weight.
Yeah.
Classic mum stuff. And I looked over and she was just packing her bag and she was trying not to crack up.
Oh,
I've got no authority at all.
none.
Back to the TikTok thing.
Here too.
Oh, absolutely. And nor do I deserve it. I don't ask for it and I don't deserve it. So there is this craze where parents are cracking eggs on their... Jack, it's so painful. I would, if we were a normal radio show, I would go out to the kitchen now and get an egg and crack it on your head. But I will not do that because I think it's...
Marina, we need eggs!
No, we don't. As if Marina was going to get us eggs. Vicky! No, we're not going to get eggs because it's so painful. I would never hurt you like that.
Okay.
And I think that using your children in TikTok videos to show assault with an egg should be against the law.
Okay.
I'm serious.
I like that. I'm hearing you and I'm taking it on board.
Against the law. That's
Huge.
assault.
Huge. Okay. I don't know what else to add to that. My sweeping statement is that I don't hate.
And just like that.
I'm hearing that a lot. So the first
good.
season came out and everybody hated it, but hate watched it.
Hate watched it, and then season 2, everyone's like, oh, can't even watch it. The first season was so bad.
Joel, who's coming up in moments, agrees with you.
Really?
100%, yes, but he was nervous to say it, so it does count as a sweeping statement.
I really have enjoyed season 2. More, like, it's better than season 1, and there's sort of less Che Diaz, who everyone finds annoying, but, like, I've really liked watching season 2.
I just haven't... I'm going to start watching it.
Okay.
You told me to watch White Lotus, and I did, and I enjoyed that. Will I enjoy...
Don't compare, and just like that to White Lotus, I'm telling you now, because you'll be very disappointed.
All right.
Swan's sweeping statements.
This is one of our favourite times of the week where we vent all our unpopular opinions and we care not a jot what people think of us. Is that true, Melissa?
Yes, that's true.
What is your sweeping statement, my love?
Okay, so my sweeping statement is that I believe that the ends of the bread that you buy are more nicer than the in-between.
I agree they are more nicer too, Melissa. And, you know, my father, Major Gary John Swan, also agrees. Whips off the crusts first.
Ugh.
Yes, I do, especially for breakfast when I do poached eggs.
Yes.
I put my poached eggs on the crust of the bread.
What about when you get your loaf from Baker's Delight or whatever and they put it through that slicer? And
Love it. I actually pick it out from the car before I take it home.
It's the best, but what about when they do it and it shaves off the
last little
crust,
bit, yeah.
and it's just like this paper thin piece, and then you don't get a crust?
Yeah, I love it.
I just explained a very sad situation where you miss out on the crust, Melissa. Nah.
All good, Melissa. Don't listen to us.
Nah, Melissa's having none of it. You still get your Priceline voucher, my love. Christina, what is your sweeping statement?
I don't understand why people buy tomato sauce when there's mayonnaise. It's so much better. It's thick. It's delicious.
No.
Your accent is heaven.
And thick. I love
and
it.
thick. Now, I want to talk to you about use of mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, I'm mad for it too. I've just done a recent post on Instagram about mayonnaise. I love it. It's one of my favourite food groups. But it's not good on a sausage roll.
I still think it is. I still love it.
Christina, really? Do you use mayonnaise where everyone else uses tomato sauce?
Yes, on everything.
You are
on a piece of fish and chips, everything.
You are an animal and I love it.
Say fish and chips again, Christina. Say fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
I want to have an entire conversation with you about mayonnaises because it's my interest area, but Jack's giving me a dirty look.
A fun fact for listeners of the Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy nearly didn't make yesterday's show because she was making mayonnaise at home and nearly didn't make it to the microphone.
Correct, Christina. I stand by it.
Priceline voucher for you, Christina. Justine, what is your sweeping statement?
Influencers. It's not so much I don't understand what an influencer is, it's that I don't get the concept that they think we are stupid enough to be influenced by something we actually know they're getting paid for. I just find the whole concept, it's like the worst kept secret. That, you know what I mean?
Well, Jack and I don't know where to look, Justine.
I feel so uncomfortable.
Particularly Jack.
Hey, I don't influence a lot. I've just got most of my mates do.
Well, no, look, I don't have anything against the individual influencer per se, but just the whole concept.
Okay.
And the fact we have to keep, a straight face when someone says that that's their life's work. I mean, I want to shout to the rooftops when I find something like the last decent cub of ice cream under $10, that doesn't taste like rubbish.
Yes.
And then I worry, if everybody knows, then there won't be any left.
Yes.
And I have come across that situation with the Bulla 2 litre.
Oh, 100%. I come across that all the time when I go, oh, guys, this Revolution eyebrow pencil is the best ever and it's $10 at Priceline.
She's influencing.
It's
Justine influencing.
Oh my gosh, I hear you.
But then it sells out. It sells out.
Yeah,
and so I don't want to tell anybody.
Oh, that's hilarious. Justine, a Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you because we're influencing. Let's finish with Gracie.
She makes a good point. Yes, Gracie?
Hi.
What's your sweeping statement? Sorry, I was having a cup of tea.
My sweeping statement is that all radio hosts sound exactly the same, especially the females.
Really?
Especially the females, right?
Do I sound like everyone else?
Yep.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
As promised a couple of hours ago, I've got an update for you on Lizzo, our girl Lizzo, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm behind this or not. Lizzo intends to sue the same backup dancers that have sued her for harassment and...
bad things.
Just lots of bad things, including weight shaming, which really upsets me. Anyway, so she is saying her case is that they all took photos at the event where they said that they were sexually harassed and forced to do things they didn't want to, and they're all smiling in the photos.
Right.
That's flimsy.
Yeah, and also there's a unfair power play there because clearly Lizzo has the power in that scenario, and therefore, of course, you're just going to smile along and take the photo with her.
Of course.
She's your boss.
Of course. I don't know. I think that's a bit flimsy. Do you?
I think flimsy. Can you just say the lawyer's name that's representing her?
Yeah, sure. It's Marty Singer.
I love
the
Marty.
Great Marty Singer. Don't say anything unless I'm in the room with you. Moving on to another thing that grabbed my attention. The spot you're forgetting to clean in your bathroom that could damage your skin and lungs. I'm like, what could it be? I mean, is it the toilet because of the stench that goes in there?
Yeah.
Skin and lungs, no, it is the shower head.
Oh, who's cleaning their shower head?
Who and how?
Come on.
Like, I'm happy to clean it, but apparently it contains harmful bacteria that become airborne. She's so creaky. It sounds terrifying. A dermatologist called Dr. Scott Walter has revealed why you should always remember to clean your shower head. Apparently it's going to get us.
Have you ever heard of anyone dying from shower head bacteria or fungi?
No, I haven't, but it causes eye, ear, respiratory infections as well as folliculitis and post-operation infections. I mean... it sounds dangerous to have a shower now. Okay, so here is Aldi is solving all our problems vis-a-vis the cost of living crisis. Things are tight. Things are so tight at the moment. But you can see why I clicked on this link. Aldi is selling $9 money trees.
What?
If that just gives you $50. in leaves of money on the money tree. You've made $41 already.
Amazing.
A $9 money tree. Get there.
I just imagine a tree making sound effects and money falling from it.
Yes, I was always told that money didn't grow on trees, but I guess I hadn't been to Aldi to have a look. We'll be with you tomorrow on Friday. The weekend is so close. Enjoy your dinners.
Chrissy's correspondence is tomorrow, Swanee. So if you've had any negative thoughts about us on this week of shows, please slide into our DMs at The Chrissy Swan Show because we would like to hear from you.
Yeah, for example, I sound like everyone else.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.